TCM.com.
What is the code?
The code. The code was a list of rules that came along from the Motion Picture Association that they put together in 1930 to kind of control what was being said and done in movies, because they were afraid the government was going to come in and censor them and take over the censorship of the movies if they didn't do it themselves. So they put this code together. The problem was nobody paid much attention to it.
Well, as you mentioned, the code was drafted in 1930. It wasn't really implemented until 1934 with Joseph Green under Hayes's office at the MPAA. And in that period in between, we see this kind of heyday of these kind of pulpy movies, and there's a lot of double entendre, there's a lot of sexual innuendo and infidelity and crime and amorality. And so for that 4-year period where everybody seems to be talking about it, and right before they actually have to stop doing it, you see this flood of all these films, which are the subject of what we're going to be dealing with here.
Designed for Living, 1933, based on a play by Noel Coward, Miriam Hopkins, Frederick March, and Gary Cooper, 3 very attractive people. The reason that I think it's an interesting choice to have in this group of pre-code films is the fact that once the code came in, this story couldn't be told at all, because what you have is a story about 3 people sleeping together.
Well, I think it's not really clarified, I don't think, and maybe you can help me here, whether the 3 of them, they don't sleep together at the same time. She has both men as respective lovers, but the 3 of them are not together in a
as far as we know.
As far as we know. Maybe that's implied, I don't know, that kind of got by me. But if there's ever a topic that the code wanted to address, it's a woman who is right out loud announcing that she's sleeping with 2 men, and they're both on either side of her in a car. And she's just talking about it right to both of them. It's a very strange picture.
Yes, it is.
And the other thing I like about this film is it gives you an opportunity. I mean, like Gable and Bogart and Cagney and men who went on to become icons, and whose spate of their greatest films comes a bit later in their careers. The pre-code era gives us a chance to see some of the greatest male stars and female stars before they became legends. And you see Cooper here, and there are a few actors who we have a chance to see them age on film as exquisitely as we do with Cooper. I mean, from Cooper to do Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, and then a film like this, and then when we end on Cooper's career, we're getting back toward, you know, High Noon and things like that.
Love in the Afternoon.
Love in the Afternoon. We don't get to see, like you once told me, I believe you were the one that told me, that Grant quit because he didn't want to age on film. He got to the point where he said, I want to end, I want to leave them remembering me when I still have some chrome.
And he also didn't want to be playing with leading ladies that were half his age. That embarrassed him too.
Miriam Hopkins, I think, is this wonderful actress, and the film really rides so much on her, because if that woman doesn't play it just so, the movie becomes even too weird. There has to be kind of a lightness to her and a joy to her. She's sleeping with 2 men at the same time. Both of them she's completely upfront with. The 3 of them are friends, and she's having the time of her life. And this movie wouldn't have worked maybe with just any actress in that role. And she and Frederick March had done Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde before this together. But I find this movie to be a very, I mean, there's some wonderful things about it. I mean, Coward is Coward. Coward explores all kinds of baffles and chambers of human behavior.
And you have Ernst Lubitsch directing it, so that's an addition to it as well.
Incredible.
Well, let's see the movie. Here it is from Paramount in 1933, based on a play by Noel Coward, Designed for Living.